Okay, so day seven. Day seven of the fast. Coming close on exactly 7 days here. Uh, yeah, the demons are starting to come out to play, so to speak. I'm finding aggressive temptations, watching a lot of Chef's Table on Netflix. Uh, some thoughts of old lovers are coming back to light. It's making me doubt my current relationship. It's making me doubt a lot of things. I'm getting a lot of temptations from a lot of different corners. Thinking about doubling down, thinking about turning the cell phone now onto black and white, looking to further unfollow any channels. I mean, let's be honest, this is just of like other of the usual Instagram models type of thing. Just keeps showing up everywhere. It's like a fucking disease. Just like it's like I can see my body responding to it. I can feel my spirit responding to it, but again, it's an artificial source. So I got to cut that out as well. So I don't have to be tempted by it. Uh, let's see what else. So I'm thinking a lot, looking at things like in terms of the spirit of things. That's kind of a new insight. Not necessarily looking at like a person or water or like an animal or even a building for that matter, but rather looking at the spirit behind it, what drives that thing. It's kind of interesting to see, to take a second and to look at what puts the world together, or what energy drives the world for that matter. So that's fun and exciting, but it's kind of a new way of looking at things. What else? No, yeah, I think that's pretty much the most of it. Little things that give me energy again is um, playing music. I played trumpet for like 12 years of my life, so just picked up the instrument today. I wasn't too good at it, but that kind of gave me a little bit more spirit. I guess that's a form of, I guess, kind of like that dopamine type energy. So I guess that's one form of it. Um, Got to talk to some clients, help them set their goals. That was also pretty useful. Yeah, it's just really tough trying to manage it, but I'm feeling more and more myself get hooked on to the things that actually matter, more so than things that are feel good in the moment but don't really lead to anything. I think you can really let 10 or 20 or 30 years, 30 years go by without getting serious about like the things that actually give you energy. So as much as I'm being tempted by these other sources, I probably do need to come back and remember that there's a couple things which are really important. Kind of go back to my own personal goals and find out what actually matters in my life, and I'll mostly get back to that. Even right now, just like talking right here is just hugely helpful. Hugely helpful. Um, Seeing that I get some additional energy back. Like people would think that walking would be a super energy drain. No, like being in nature, being around trees is a major help. Super energizing. It was made to be that way, you know. Like we're put in this planet, to be around nature. So we've kind of taken that away from us with, many of these buildings, many of the streets around us. But it's fun. They're fun little toys. But the thing that gives life back is the thing that was surrounding us when we first came to this planet. That's it's trees, it's plants, that's soil, it's the smell of fresh air, that's water. Just being around water in the first place. All these things are super healing. In any case, reconnecting to some of those things, that's probably a better strategy to go take. Can't be sitting around and being tempted by all this other stuff. I think that's what have many of the churches lost sight of. It's not so much about you know avoiding certain things. The focus of attention is in the wrong spot. Maybe it's more so towards paying attention to the things that are actually rewarding. And I think if some people can have some long term insight on that, they'll actually be rewarded with it. So that's it for now. Oh, also, had some salt in the beverage last night, salt and water. But it was gonna be like crazy heartburn, so gotta avoid that. Probably do that earlier in the day. Probably need to drink more water too, because I'm probably just doing too much salt relative to water. So definitely gotta drink more water. That's gonna be a big part. So I guess in sum, demons are coming out, but remember, connect yourself to useful things. You will be connected to it eventually. It might take a second, but you will. There's no pain, no gain. Uh, and and don't have salt too late in the night and drink lots of water. So, anywho, this is Tom, day 7, signing out. See you tomorrow.